The issue we have is that in the past, BOSAC has said that we shouldn't have any groups larger than 8 in the gulch.
Oh, okay.
Which has been followed. But what I'm suggesting, or what we're talking about, is the potential of letting this trail that we're on here be used for events type things.
Okay, so races or...
Yeah, like, you know, bike races, like the kids' bike race runs through here, the cross race used to run through here, the running races come around through here. At this point, it's kind of contrived. They cut across private property with permission, and they do all sorts of other things, but, you know, given how much this has changed in the last 2 or 3 years, I think it might be worth at least asking if it makes sense to do that. So we're going to go up the trail that connects you up to the Peaks Trail, and that's the next issue that we want to talk about, is what we're currently calling the Peaks Connect Trail, which is going to change. That name will change in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I've been in that.
And then basically how we want to manage that, because we're having a lot more people come down here that we want to try to minimize the number of folks that consistently run, especially on that side, because it's the most contiguous chunk of habitat that we have in here. So. This is our spot. This is the spot that everyone complains about, with good reason. So what happens is we have horrible soils. It's down the fall line. You know, people go wide and kind of to get away from the mud, and then it just gets wider and wider, and then also you can see the roots exposure is getting bigger.
Scott, would you, Heidi, and Tony be comfortable giving us a preferred alternative for this?
For this?
For what you guys think, as far as, you know, if we close this off, like Jeff said, open the other portal.
Yeah, I mean, those are the range of options, honestly. Right. The real question is, do we think, and this is the one that's going to be hard to address, is do we think that recreational use on this thing in the summertime is causing enough of an impact on the area, on the wildlife, on whatever portion of the gulch you want to identify, that we should close this trail altogether?
When the new trail is open, I think that the local people that don't want to go through the base of Peak 8 will still use this if it's open to bikes at that point. Yeah. But you know, we're all surmising this without any facts.
Yeah, the goal is to get people coming from Frisco up to use that way rather than coming down through here, and it will require a little bit of a climb, but hopefully it's fun enough and it kind of serves other purposes that people go that way. So we'll have a sign that'll say 2 Town, 2 Peak 7, 2 Peak 8, and then they'll say County Road 3. Or Peaks Trailhead. So pretty much all you really know, if you don't know where you're going, you don't want to go to the county road or to the trailhead. You want to go to town or the ski area. So hopefully that sends people that way. Peaks Connect. The name Peaks Connect would be starting right here. Right. And it would basically go right to the top of this tree and follow that fence line to cross Peak 7. So let's walk the alignment.
A trail counter here will be a good thing.
Forest Service has given us approval to do this work already. So we're moving on this.
It's got to be like the fastest ever approval.
I was going to say.
Yeah, we worked really hard on it. We're going to run from here about 110, 115 feet. So this is one of the big fixed costs of this whole project.
And this gets done this summer?
Next week, hopefully. Yep. Wow.
Oh, this is starting really soon, this work.
Yeah. Yeah, we have delivery of the pin piers Friday or Monday. Just up ahead, just out of sight right now, is a big wetland mitigation site.
Like recreated wetlands, right?
Yeah, it's manufactured wetlands. This used to be the county road, and they planted, they aligned it and graded it such that the water would stay there, and they put a bunch of wetland plants now, which are doing really well, as you can see.
Yeah, it looks great.
So the idea is to use that trail, and then here's where he stands, where the trail would pick up.
So right over there.
Yep.
Okay.
So, so that's the main axis, and like Heidi said, ultimately we want to get up that second. See where the big house line, roof line is?
Right.
The tan one, not the green one. Yeah. That's where we're trying to get. And so what we're trying to do is get over there, and so going down to the base area, having to walk your bike to the base area, then climb back up Triggeries is not ideal, obviously. So we'd love to be able to get a bridge over the Alpine Slide and go pretty much at grade or pretty close to it. And then they have the ability to kind of put this connection all the way through. So that is the intent, is to try to have it straightforward.